So sitting, your heels will be outside. Oh, that's my knees cracking. Heels will be outside your hips. It doesn't matter how high you are. If it helps to change the angle of the hips, you can sit on more cushions, etc. And then hands on your thighs, sit up nice and tall. So it's just stretching out through the fronts of the knees, the front of the ankles. If it's too uncomfortable, you don't need to do it. You can just sit cross-legged. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel that length in your spine. Drawing the pelvic floor up. Navel towards spine. Shoulders relax, and make sure your head is sitting squarely on your shoulders. Okay, come forward onto your knees. Tuck your toes under. Sit up. And you want to gently press your hips forward, so hips over knees rather than sagging in the middle. And then cross your arms over your chest. Hold onto your shoulders. Squeeze your glutes gently. So rather than forcing your hips forward by squeezing your glutes, just lift and squeeze gently, because we want to look after the sacroiliac joint, so you don't push your hips too far forward. And then you're going to engage your core, lift your pelvic floor, navel to spine, shoulders relax, lean back. So trying to come back in a straight line, squeeze the glutes, and then come back up again. So you only do this as much as you feel that you can keep the strength in your core. Lean back, see if you can go for a little bit longer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back up. We're now going to point your toes, tops of the feet pressed down. So if that was enough, what we were just doing, then you stay there with your toes tucked under. This is a little bit more intense. So again, you want to lift up through the quads, lift the pelvic floor, navel to spine. Your chest will lift, but keep your shoulders relaxed. Hands on opposite shoulder, gazes forward and go back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come forward into tabletop. Tuck the toes under. So just neutral spine. Let the spine settle. And then inhale. Take the left toes back a couple of inches, so the left knee is floating off the mat. Right toes back. Bear, or the truth. Hug your knees, so thighs parallel but energy towards the midline. The same with the hands and the forearms. Gaze is just down. Puff out between your shoulder blades. Hug the outer hips towards each other. Step back into plank. You can drop your knees if you need to, but make sure the hands are placed well. Pushing through all the finger knuckles. Step the right foot back into bear, left foot. Keep the breath coming evenly, pushing out between the shoulders. Lift your hips. Step the feet back a little so you're in down dog. Up on your toes, bend your knees. Feel that length in your spine. Lift your hips as high as you can. And then take the thigh bones back, straight legs. Lower your heels. Then inhale, lift the right leg up, roll into plank, right knee to right elbow, And then place the right foot to the outside of your right hand. Lizard. Okay, so you can keep it's stronger if the back leg is lifted. But if you want to drop the back knee, that's fine. Hug the knee into the top of the right arm. Just feel that activation of the inner thigh. And then turn the right toes to point out to the side. Let the knee follow in that direction. Keep that lift up between your shoulder blades and reach the chest forward. And then you might want your block. To bring your forearms down. So you can have it whichever level works for you. Keep the foot, right toes pointing out. If you need to drop the back knee, that's fine. And let the thigh roll out to the side in the direction of the toes. If you can, you'll roll onto the outside edge of that foot. It's stronger if you lift the back leg, up to you, but keep the chest projecting forward and pressing down through the forearms, lifting up between the shoulder blades. And the full pose is forearms on the mat, but you need to get both elbows down. If they're not down, then you need to lift the mat up to you by using your block. Okay, come back up onto your palms. Right foot back, give it a little wiggle. Back into down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Roll forward into plank. Take the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Again, place the hands well, press up between the shoulder blades, reach your chest forward, feel the back thigh engage, squeeze it to the midline. Hug your front knee into the shoulder. Activate the inner thigh and then turn the left toes out. Let the knee track in the same direction. Keep your chest reaching forward. Squeeze the back thigh. Start to roll onto the outside edge of the foot if you can, opening through the thigh. If you want to come down, find your level. Squeeze the thigh to the midline, reach your chest forward, pressing down through the forearms and out between the shoulder blades. Okay, inhale, come up onto your palms, take the left leg up, give it a little wiggle, down dog. And walk your feet towards your hands. Thumbs into the hip creases, straight legs. Reach your chest forward as you push the thumbs back and then hinge up to stand. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. So fingertips down, bend your knees slightly, take the right leg back. Drop the right knee behind the right hip, flatten the foot. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Guide that left leg forward. Sink your hips, lift your chest, relax your shoulders. Bring your right elbow over the left thigh. Press the palms together with the left elbow pointing up. Keep sinking the hips, reach the chest forward and revolve. Look up. Inhale, Lift your chest up, hands to heart center, palms down, tuck the right toes under, step the left leg back, roll forward into plank, exhale, chaturanga, inhale, cobra or up dog. Really engage the legs, strong, feel the glutes engage, the pelvis pressing down. Exhale, tuck the toes under, activate your legs, lift your hips into down dog. 3 breaths, 2 more. Inhaling, up on your toes, bend your knees, look forward, step forward. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, standing to Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Fingertips beside your toes. Take the left foot back. Drop the left knee behind the hip. Flatten the foot. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Hands to the front knee. Guide that knee forward. Sink the hips. Inhale, take the left elbow over the right thigh. Press your palms together, right elbow goes up. So sink the hips and revolve. So draw the shoulders away from your ears, engage your core. Try to bring the left side of the ribs towards the thigh. You're looking up. Inhale, hands back to center. Exhale, palms down, tuck the left toes under, tip the right foot back, roll into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, 3-legged dog, lift the right leg, lower the left heel. Roll the thigh under the lifted leg, the thigh internally. Roll forward into plank, right knee to nose. Bring the right foot between your hands. Drop the left heel down, warrior 1. Feet hip distance apart. Sink the right knee over the right ankle. Bring your arms up. James Bond fingers if you need them. So you're drawing the hips level to the front of the mat. So lift up through the back thigh, sink the hips, driving through the back heel. Turn the left hip towards the front of the mat. And then humble warrior, reaching forward. Take your arms behind you, but you're dipping your chest on the inside of the right thigh. Relax head and shoulders. Try not to lean on the thigh there. Really strong for the glute and the hamstring. Sink a little deeper. Bring the right knee above the right ankle. Inhale, stamp down through the feet. Coming up. Turn your feet the other way. So now you're turning away from me. See if you can do it without looking. Warrior 1 on the left side. Back foot at 45-degree angle. Make sure there's space between your feet. Sink through the left knee. Revolve the hips to the back of the mat. Drive through the right heel. Inhale. Your arms up. Look up. Sink the hips a little more. Make sure the left knee is tracking over the left ankle. Inhale. Exhale, humble warrior. Take your arms back, dip your chest and head and chest on the inside of the left thigh. So really pressing the right heel down, keeping the left knee tracking over the left ankle. Relax head and shoulders. Step down through the left foot, reach your chest forward and up. Turn your feet parallel. Step to the front of the mat. Okay, we're going to come into chair pose, Utkatasana. Feet hip distance apart. Sit down. Take the knees back slightly. Sit down a little more. Bring your arms forward and up. So they can be forward if that's enough. Gaze is on the thumbs. If you can, lift the arms up. Draw the shoulder blades down your back. Look up. Bring your weight. So your weight is kind of even, but more into your heels. That's gravity. Keep the breath coming nice and even. And then exhale, straighten your legs, fold forward. So you can ragdoll, bend your knees a little, clasp your hands behind your head, hug your elbows around your ears. Steady the breath. Okay, release your hands down and come to sit. Feet on the floor, knees bent. Bring your hands behind your thighs. Inhale, lift your chest up, lean back. Come onto your tiptoes. Keep the core really engaged, so strongly drawing navel to spine, lifting the chest, relax your shoulders and lift your feet. Release your hands, Ardha Navasana, half boat. Spread your toes. Gaze is on your big toes. Keep pulling the navel in and up, pelvic floor. And then exhale, cross the ankles, palms beside you. Squeeze your pelvic floor, lift your hips and release. Come straight back into Ardha Navasana. So you can do variations of if you need to hold the back of your thighs. Drop your toes. Trying to get the shins parallel with the mat. Keep the breath coming steady. Fixed gaze. Exhale, cross the legs the other way. Palms beside you, little pulse up. Last one. So really conscious of lifting the chest. Reaching your fingertips away from you, drawing the shoulder blades down your back. Spread your toes to activate the lower legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross the legs, and you're going to take the tops of the feet, draw them under you, roll onto your knees. It's a graceful way of coming down and then sinking back into child's pose. Active child's pose. Press the palms down and away from you. Lift the elbows off the mat. And then coming forward, roll over onto your back. Knees bent. So heels where you can touch them with your middle finger. Arms down by your side. We're going to do rolling bridge. So as you squeeze the thighs and shins towards each other, activating the core. Inhale, lower back presses into the mat, then peel your hips up, lift your straight arms up to touch the backs of the hands behind you. And then exhale, arms coming back over to the ground, lowering through the vertebrae, hips come down last. Inhale, lifting the hips, arms coming overhead. But you can use your own breath, so don't need to follow me. So it's coming down on an exhale with control. Inhale, lifting up. Okay, last one. Draw your knees towards your chest. Rock there a little. Draw little circles with your knees one way and then the other. And then rock to sit. Hands on your thighs, sitting nice and tall, close your eyes. Inhaling deeply, exhaling completely. Bring your palms together at your heart center, lowering your head and opening your eyes. Namaste.